In today's Cars and Coffee, we're gonna mainly be standing up. So some props you might need, a couple blocks. If you happen to have a mobility stick or a broomstick, something that can substitute, that would be great. Otherwise, you could use like a yoga strap or something as long as you keep it taut. Okay, so let's start standing. We're gonna start with the neck. So engage your legs, engage your butt. Let's make fists with your hands. Pull your scapula away from your ears. And let's come into neck flexion. Slowly bring your chin in towards your chest, rounding through the neck, flexing through the neck. And then drag your chin over your right collarbone, rotating, looking over the right shoulder. Take that right ear back, lift your chin. Don't lean back through your body, just extend through the neck. Drop the left ear down, rotate, look over the left shoulder. And as you flex back down, bring your chin along the left collarbone. Let's get one more rep that way. Rotate right, right ear drops back, extend. Make your way over to the left, rotating, and coming back down the middle. Once you're back chin to chest, let's switch and go the opposite way. So take your chin above your left collarbone, rotating, looking over the left shoulder. Take the left ear back, lift your chin up, come through the center. The right ear drops, rotate, look over your right shoulder. Flex back down, chin over the right collarbone, one more rep. Remember not to turn into any closing angle pain. If you're feeling pinching in the direction that you are moving, you should back off that area, or perhaps even avoid it altogether. So just take that part of the circle out or make that part of the circle smaller. We're gonna do another rep of neck cars. When you're done with that, straighten up. Let's take the hands behind. So you can just hold on to your hands. It's a little bit in shoulder internal rotation and extension. Bring your chin in towards your chest. Let's go to the right again. Slowly rotate, look over your right shoulder. Drop that right ear back, lift your chin up. Keep about 30% tension in the rest of your body so nothing else is coming along for the ride. Rotate, look over your left shoulder. Drop your chin towards the left collarbone and flex back down. I like this position in the arms because especially in neck flexion, I get a nice stretch along my upper back, traps. And let's go one more rep this way. Once you've finished up moving to the right, let's get two more to the left. And so take your time, think about expanding the circle each time, rotating left ear drops back, extend. Just check the tension in the rest of your body. The rest of your body should be like a statue. I think this is our last rep, lots of neck cars. Finish up that rep. Go ahead and roll your head back on straight. Let's grab, like I said, if you have a mobility stick, or it doesn't have to be a mobility stick, it could be a broom or something. We're gonna hold that. Otherwise, you could take something like a yoga strap. So what we're gonna do is gonna bring the strap or the stick behind you. And let's take an underhand grip so the shoulders are internally rotated. If I open my hands, my palms would be facing back. You're gonna keep that strap taut if you have a strap. I'm gonna use my mobility stick since it's not bendable. And we're gonna do our scapula cars here. Okay. Again, create that tension in your legs, in your butt, and your lower body. Let's elevate the shoulder blades up. Retract, squeeze them back. Try not to let the stick move. We're not trying to come into shoulder extension, just trying to move the shoulder blades around. And slide down, protract, drag up your butt, lift the shoulder blades up, retract back, slide down your butt, and protract forward, lift up, retract, pull down. Let's get one more rep. Protract, roll forward, squeeze up, those elbows straight, retract, and pull down. Let's one more time, lift up, and then from here, let's come into scapula protraction. So front of the shoulders come forward, drive the stick down, retract, pull it up, and continue. Try not to move the neck here or the thoracic spine. Those are the common areas that tend to want to move along with the scapula. Last breath here. And down. So now let's reverse the grips. You're going to externally rotate your shoulders so the palms will be facing forward. You're going to hold on to your stick. And again, elevate up, retract back, pull down. Again, these are going to be slightly smaller reps than in other positions. Okay, continue, roll forward, lift up, squeeze back, pull down. Last one. And then reversing directions. So when you're up, protract forward, pull down, squeeze back, lift up. Shoulder blades are starting to get warm. Let's get one more. Okay, so just a different variation, having the arms behind the body and then slightly different rotation of the shoulder. We're not done with shoulder blades yet. I want you to grab a couple blocks. If you don't have any yoga blocks, if there's something, I don't know, that's like shoulder width distance apart that you can squeeze onto, what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize a little bit of shoulder adduction. So you're going to keep squeezing the blocks. Keep your elbows straight. From here, elevate your shoulder blades, squeeze up, okay, pull back, keep those elbows straight, pull your shoulder blades down, and then reach forward. And again, up, pull back, retract, pull down, and press forward. Last one. Keep squeezing the blocks or whatever you have between your hands. And let's stop in scapula elevation and reverse direction. So now push forward, protract, pull down, squeeze back. It's hard for me to not bend the elbows, and then lift up, forward, pull down, squeeze back. Let's see if we can get one more. Lift up, pull forward, down, squeeze back. Tough. All right, so let's place those blocks down. Let's get elbow cars next. So let's do one where we're just standing arms alongside the body, then we're going to switch positions of the arms. So palms forward, eyes and elbows forward, do a bicep curl. Pull into elbow flexion, pronate, palms turn forward, extend the elbows. And again, so at the bottom, supinate, palms forward, elbow flexion, pronate, elbow extension. Let's stay here with thumbs in, then bend the elbows, rotate the forearms, thumbs out, supinate, extend at the bottom, pronate, try to keep the eyes, the elbows forward so the whole arm isn't rotating, and bend in, and supinate, thumbs are out, and extend. So let's take the arms now out in front, palms are up, pack your shoulder blades down. The shoulder blades, as you fatigue, the shoulder blades will tend to want to lift up, at least they do on me. So pack the shoulder blades down, reach forward. Try to keep those upper arms about parallel to the ground or so, and let's come into elbow flexion from here. Then pronate, so thumbs are turning in. Slowly extend the elbows. Try to keep the eyes of the elbows up. Supinate the forearms, palms up. Don't let the shoulder blades lift up. Squeeze in, keep that tension elsewhere in your body. Pronate, thumbs in, extend the elbows. So stay here, pronated, palms are down, and then bend your elbows in. So hard that direction. Okay, rotate the forearms, supinate, thumbs are out. Extend the elbows, keep the shoulder blades packed down, pronate, thumbs in, palms down, squeeze in, elbow flexion, rotate the forearms, supinate, and extend. All right, lower your arms down. Let's get some wrists while we're standing here. So I'm going to take a hold of my right forearm with my left hand. Now we don't want the forearm, we don't want the elbow to rotate. Let's go with the palm open. Then come down into wrist extension, fingers down. Let's go in towards the little finger. Flex up. Be careful here not to be bending the fingers. Make the flexion at the wrist joint. Go out towards the thumb. down into wrist extension. Fight to not let your forearm rotate. Go in, flex up, out towards the thumb, back to wrist extension. Let's switch directions. So from wrist extension, fingers down, go out towards the thumb. Flex up, out towards the little finger. Pull into extension, out towards the thumb. Flexion, fingers up, in, and down. Let's stick with the right wrist. Let's make a fist though. Okay, so squeeze those fingers together, come down into wrist extension, knuckles down, go in, knuckles up. Go out towards the thumb, go slow. Try not to miss any parts of your range of motion, and one more rep. Knuckles go in, go up, out towards the thumb, and down. Now reverse. So go out towards the thumb, knuckles up, in, and down. Last rep. And release. Let's get the left wrist. So hold on to your left forearm with your right hand. Try to block any rotational movement at the forearm, at the elbow. Wrist extension, fingers down. Let's go in towards the little finger. Flex up, fingers up. Make that movement at the wrist. Go out towards the thumb. Pull down, wrist extension, and continue out towards the little finger. Flex up. Rotate towards the thumb. Once you're down in wrist extension, fingers down, reverse. Out towards the thumb, flex up, fingers up, go in towards the little guy, little finger, pull down, out towards the thumb, flex up, in, and down, make a fist. Start in wrist extension, knuckles down, then we go in towards the little finger, knuckles up, out towards the thumb, one more rep this direction. Once your knuckles are back down, reverse. Out towards the thumb, knuckles up, in, down, towards the thumb, up, in, and down. Okay, for shoulder joint, we're gonna get both shoulders at the same time. So, take a stance, engage your legs, your butt. So let's bring the palms forward. So as we go into shoulder adduction, you can certainly cross the arms a little bit here, and then we're going to bring them up overhead. Come into shoulder flexion, palms facing in, and just freeze here for a moment. Draw the front ribs in so you're not lifting up through the T-spine. Back those ribs down. Try to press back a little bit more. Thumbs back if you can, so trying to externally rotate here at this point. Then we're going to internally rotate. Biceps turn in, palms turn out. Reach those arms way back behind you. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Keep rotating the arms. So we're going to end up, when shoulder extension happens, thumbs will be pointing in, and slowly lower the hands down. And let's reverse. Press back into shoulder extension. Again, freeze there. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Make sure your scapula aren't elevating. And externally rotate. Keep reaching back as you come up. Try to keep rotating the arms. Go up overhead and slice across the body and down. I'll show from this direction. So again, reach across, squeeze in, overhead, freeze here. Max out that shoulder flexion. Try to keep your elbows straight as you can. Internally rotate. Reach back. Palms up, and lower the hands down. Press back through the palms. Shoulder extension, externally rotate. Reaching the arms back behind as you come overhead. Cross and down. Let's get one more. And this way. Sweep across. Reach up. Don't flare the ribs. Internally rotate. Reach back. Reach back. Lower the hands down and reverse. Shoulder extension, externally rotate on the way up. Overhead. Optional jazz hands at the top. And slowly lower down. Okay. Let's go into our spine cars. So I like to take a little bit wider stance, just as a wider base. You could certainly have your legs closer together. If you want to join me in stepping the feet apart. So from the waistline down, you're going to be stuck in concrete. Firm your thighs, your butt, cross your arms in front. Let's take a breath in. Exhale out, bring your chin in towards your chest. Slowly start to flex down through your spine. Think of if your back was against a wall, you're slowly peeling your upper back off the wall, your mid back. I'm not going to get much lumbar flexion here. Don't go down so far that you flex at the hips. Remember, you're from the waist down, you're in concrete. Squeeze out that flexion. And then let's rotate. Rotate to the right. Don't let the pelvis turn with you. Bring out rotation. Drop the right shoulder back. We're going to start to extend. Extend from the low back, mid back, upper back. Don't let the pelvis or the hips jump forward. Really lift up, coming through the center of spine extension, and then start to make your way to the left. Leaning left. Rotate. Rotate, rotate. Don't let the pelvis turn. Keep your legs engaged. Flex down. Come back through the center. Try to keep your shoulder blades relaxed, so don't let them lift up or move around. You should have your hands on your scapula. That'll help you kind of note what's going on there. Okay, so from flexion, again, let's rotate right. Drop the right shoulder back, extend. Keep your legs engaged. Lift up, extending through the center. Don't lift the shoulder blades up here. Start to side bend, rotate to the left. Come back through the center. Once we're in flexion here in the middle, let's reverse. So now rotating left. Dip the left shoulder back as we extend. Extend from the low back, mid back, upper back. Come through the center. Lean to the right, rotate. Flex back down. One more rep. Keep breathing here. Keep those legs engaged. Coming through the center, rotating left from there. Side bend. Extend. Making your way to the right. Rotate. And flexing back down the middle. Once you're there in the middle, let's slowly roll back up. Bit by bit, roll back up your imaginary wall. Good. And you can let go of your self-hug. Grab a sip of coffee or whatever you got. Mine's not cold yet, at least. Okay, let's do some hip stuff. Once again, standing. So if you have a wall or a chair or couch you can hold on to, I'm gonna get my big stick. So I first wanna do some hip capsule cars. So we're gonna have your left hand on a wall to balance, and left leg is gonna be the balancing leg. Let's just come up about 90 degrees of hip flexion here. Let's do some hip capsule cars. I'm going to internally rotate, thigh turns in, foot goes to the right. Make sure you're not hiking the hip up too high or shrinking on the right side of the waist. And externally rotate. And again, internally rotate. Externally rotate. Let's get one more in this position. Internally rotate. And externally rotate. Step down for a moment. Let's come into hip abduction. Same thing, capsule cars. I'm gonna come here, out to the side. Internally rotate. So this is like that transition of the hip car, but then we're gonna come out of that. Gotta push forward through the foot. There's not gonna be a whole lot of external rotation here. Try to keep the thigh at the same height. Internally rotate. Try not to lean too much to the left. No, it's hard. Try to externally rotate. One more time. Internally rotate. And externally rotate. Okay, just step that right foot down for a moment. And let's get some of the standing global hip cars. So hold on to something. I'm gonna make a fist with my right hand, create some tension. Sweep the right leg across. So hip adduction. Pull into flexion with external rotation. Open out to the side. Try not to lean to the left. And work to keep that thigh as high as you can as you rotated the hip. Try not to make it a pelvis movement. So the thighs turning in. Slowly take that leg back behind. Try not to arch in the low back. And let's reverse. Okay, hip extension. Don't make it a spine thing. It's not going to be a huge movement there. Then drive the leg out to the side. Pull your right knee up towards the right arm. Here, externally rotate as you come forward. Keep trying to lift that foot up. And slowly lower across and down. We're just going to get one more of these. Take that right leg across. Pull up into flexion with external rotation. Drive out to the side. Internally rotate. Slowly control that leg as it goes back. Once the knees meet, reverse. Hip extension. Externally rotate here. Pull that leg up. Come forward. Externally rotate. Try to lift the right foot up. And slowly lower across and down. Let's get those on the left side. Okay, so right leg is your standing leg. Come into about 90 degrees of hip flexion. Capsule cars. Internally rotate and externally rotate. And again, internally rotate. Try not to do a little hip hike. And externally rotate one more time. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. Okay, rest for a moment. Standing ones are definitely taxing. Okay, let's come up. Go out to the side into hip abduction. Same idea here, internally rotate. Try to get a little bit of external rotation. Thighs should not be moving forward and back. Internally rotate, try to keep it that same position. Try to externally rotate. One more time, try to internally rotate. Externally rotate, and let's lower down. All right, here we go. 2 global hip cars from standing. Make a fist with that left hand. Sweep the left leg across. Pull into flexion with external rotation. Take the left leg out to the side. Here's where we just worked. Internally rotate. Take that leg back slowly. Once the knees meet, reverse. Hip extension. Drive the leg to the side. As you come forward, externally rotate. Lift that foot up. Slowly go across and down. And one more. Sweep across. Pull up. Flexion with external rotation. Drive to the side. Try not to lean to the right as best you can. Internally rotate. Slowly go back. And reverse. Drive out to the side. Come forward. Externally rotate. Lower, cross, and down. Okay, I wish I could say we're going to sit down for knees and ankles, but we're not. We're going to stay standing. Okay, so if you need something to balance onto, you can keep that. Let's go with knee cars on the right leg. So, bend your knee in, externally rotate at the shin. Extend, but not all the way, and then internally rotate. Try not to let the whole leg turn in, and bend. Externally rotate at the knee. Extend, but not quite all the way straight. Internally rotate at the shin and bend in, and let's reverse. So keep the shin turned in, extend a bit, externally rotate and bend, internally rotate, extend, externally rotate and bend. Okay, let's just get the left. So bend the knee in, knee flexion, externally rotate, turn the shin out, foot will go out as well too. Extend, but not all the way straight. Internally rotate and bend. Externally rotate, extend. Internally rotate and bend. Stay with internal rotation in the shin. Extend, externally rotate and bend. Last one, turn in, extend, externally rotate, and bend. Let's get ankles. Okay, so you can just step your right foot forward. Let's come into plantar flexion. And go in, invert, go in towards the big toe, pull into dorsiflexion, evert out. Again here, try not to let the whole leg rotate. So nothing's really blocking that from happening. You just have to more consciously try not to do it. Plantar flex, point down, invert in, pull into dorsiflexion, evert, go out. Let's get one more rep. Plantar flex down, turn in towards the big toe, pull up, out towards the pinky toe, and plantar flex down. Now reverse. Go out a little bit towards the pinky again, not the whole leg. There's going to be a little bit of movement there. Pull into dorsiflexion, toes up, in towards the big toe, point down, out, pull up, in towards the big toe, point down. So last one, out, up, in, and point down. Okay, switch to the left. Point, in towards the big toe, flex up, toes up, out towards the little guy. Point down, in, pull up. Try to keep these slow. You always want to do ankle cars really fast. Go out towards the little toe, point down, turn in, flex up, out towards the pinky, and point down. All right, let's reverse. Go out, try not to let the whole leg rotate, pull up, in, point down, out, up, invert, go in towards the big guy, point down, last one. And point. Now, I am terrible. There are such things as toe cars. I am horrible at them. I'll be the first to say that. But I'm going to instruct you what you should be able to do, which is what I cannot do. So I'm constantly working on my toe cars. Okay, so ideally, if you're standing here, you'd be able to lift your big toes up by themselves. So outer four toes stay down. I have to give an assistance with my hands. Big toes lift up. Place the big toes down. Lift just the big toes up. Outer four toes stay down. And again, lift the big toes up, lift them up, and place them down. Now, outer four toes go up, big toes stay down. And again, big toes stay down, outer four toes lift up. And last time, big toes stay down, outer four toes lift up. Okay, all 10 toes lift up. Let's call these piano toes. So try to place the pinky toe down, then the fourth, then the third, then the second, then the big toe. Again, my toes, I have no control over my toes. Something I'm really working on because it is important to have control, especially the big toe. All right, so again, let's try to lift all 10 toes up. See if you can place the pinky toe down first, then 4, 3, 2, big toe down. You can also try reverse, lifting all 10 toes up. Try to put the big toe down first, and go from big toe to pinky toe. As you can see, I can't do it, but you try. All 10 toes up, last one, big toe down, and then going out towards the pinky. It's exhausting for me. All right, thanks very much, guys, for joining. All right, take